Yet another session with धन की बात अर्पित अरोरा के साथ और आज we have one weather. It's stormy, it's thundering, and the perfect time to talk about the hottest and the latest in the finance. आज हम किस बारे में बात करने वाले हैं? We'll be talking about the IPO of LIC. So is it going to be a thunder like we're seeing in Delhi today, or is it going to fizzle out? Is it going to give the returns that you want, or is it going to give you a loss? So we'll be talking about all of that today. So before I get started, I would love to tell you a little bit about myself. I don't know if you know that already. My name is Arpit Arora. I'm India's leading personal finance expert, passive income coach, and I'm working on that quest to make sure that the entrepreneurs and professionals of today, they're not worried about money, and that happens by creation of one more source of income, not second income. What is that? The passive income you can create by managing the money you already have. So in that quest, I intend to do these sessions to enlighten people, to give them a different perspective, to really know money the way it is, which is why we do these sessions called धन की बात. So शुरुआत करते हैं आज के टॉपिक से. So first thing first, when I talk about IPOs, you will be you might already know this, the IPO of LIC is about 21,600 crores, which is going to be the biggest ever IPO in the history of listings in India. इससे पहले the one which was 18,000 crores and some change was Paytm, 197, and other IPOs like Reliance Power, SBI Card, and Coal India. These were the biggest ones. So a history of IPOs. The ironic thing is that every time the biggest IPO ever happens, the market crashes after that. And there is a whole history of it. Do you know why that happens? So इस बात से शुरू करते हैं और let's start with something even basic. What is an IPO? Whenever a privately held company, like a company which has investors who are private, individual or corporate investors who are not buying the company from the exchange or from the stock exchange, they're buying it directly from the owners. When that company decides to list on the stock exchange and raise money and give the right to other people to own it too, that's what the event of IPO is. Initial public offer, the first offer of a company to ask other people to invest into it. That's what an IPO is. So अब IPO के अंदर हम LIC के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात करें तो इट इज़ द बिगेस्ट domestic institutional investor of India. They are the biggest insurance company of India. They're the oldest insurance company of India. And a lot of people have been waiting for this. बट ऐसा क्यों है कि LIC के IPO आते ही जैसे कि मार्केट विल क्रैश? The answer to that is very simple. See, biggest IPO means what? Most number of people are going to subscribe to it. So I'm talking in the assumption कि every biggest IPO will be fully subscribed, which means कि market में 21,600 crores fresh investment will come. Where does this investment come from? This comes from three types of people. One, QIB, which is qualified institutional buyers. Second comes from retail investors. Third comes from non-retail investors, which are also HNIs. तीन तरह के लोग invest करते हैं. QIB are those people which are mostly sovereign funds, mutual funds, pension funds, those sort of people. ये वो लोग हैं जिसके पास $10 million से ज़्यादा का asset होता है. Hedge funds, all of these. Yeah. So 50% of the money is allocated to QIBs in the LIC IPO. Second set of people, which is in this IPO, is 35% of the people in retail investor category will be participating. Institutional, you can call them HNI. So if you're investing more than 2 lakh rupees, then you're considered as a HNI. Can you imagine right now the current state of financial affairs or investments in India is कि for the last 6 to 7 months consecutively, an average of 20-30,000 20,000 crores of money is being pulled out by FII, which is foreign institutional investor. So the only way market is sustaining is because India में organic buying हो रही है. कहाँ से? By retail investors and domestic institutional investors. Now can you imagine if 21,800 crores is further sucked into one particular company, so the rest of the market will dry up unless FIIs also start investing. ये क्या करेगा कि this will dry up the allocation of money of retail investors especially to invest into the stock market. So FIIs अगर exit करे, retail investors का भी पैसा अगर सारा IPO में इसी IPO में चला गया, तो the market will now only be dependent on DII, which is domestic institutional investors, to sustain, which is a problem for the market because we need enough number of buyers to be able to sustain. We need enough number of buyers to keep on pulling the market up. So until and unless all three categories or one category majorly starts investing aggressively, markets will not go up. And this is what happens with the biggest IPOs. Biggest IPO comes, they suck out the liquidity of the market falls down. Same thing happened with Paytm, although the fall was not as big, but Paytm crashed like crazy. Same thing happened with Reliance Power. Same thing happened with Coal India. So this time people are talking कि क्या LIC के साथ भी यही होगा. Fundamentally speaking, it is possible. Although I have a feeling it might. So if you apply for an IPO and let's say you invest 1 lakh rupees in the IPO, the IPO gets oversubscribed, which means कि pro rata basis पे, allocation के basis पे everyone will get the money. So in that case, what happens? If you apply 1 lakh rupees and only 10% of that is allocated to you, तो अपना पैसा invest हुआ 10,000. Let's say the IPO lists at a 30% premium, which is a good number. But 30% 1 lakh पे नहीं मिलेगा, आपको 30% 10,000 पे मिलेगा. So what have you made? 3,000 rupees. 3,000 on a total investment of what? 1 lakh. So your real gain is only 3,000 or 3% on that 1 lakh. So despite it going in a premium, despite I believe it will go in a premium, I still feel that the risk reward ratio is not great because for 2-3% returns I can find much better return. And also know that when you invest in IPO, you can't take out your money for 6 months. So whatever return it's giving me, I might not be able to cash upon it. 6 months baad it can go up and then come back down again. So I believe in that philosophy that you should only invest once you don't have the liquidity barriers, and two, you've understood the value of a company. The value of the company is more clearer and better once it is listed. So coming down to the bottom line, should you invest or not invest? You can invest because retail investors who are policy holders get a 60 rupee discount. If you're working for LIC, you get a 45 rupee discount. So those discounts are good for play, just for the experience. You can invest some money. But a serious investor should not invest in LIC because you will get chances in the future to buy the same company either at a better discount or price or better value. When I say better value, it means that you have more validation on fundamental and technical analysis of the company, and now you know what is the true worth of the company before you invest into it. Abhi you cannot do any technical analysis because there is no chart. So it's like trying to drive a car with one eye closed. When you have two eyes, why not use both? So that is the whole reason why I would not invest with one eye closed. I will use both my eyes when I'm driving, so I use both analysis when I'm investing. So that is the context. So bottom line, don't invest in case you are a serious investor and you're going to invest with serious money. So we just want to play with a few thousands here and there, just for the experience of it. Why not? It might not give you, it won't make a big amount for you, it won't change your fortunes for sure. But just to have a feel-good factor, if you invested in LIC IPO and it likely will go in a premium at the time of listing, even though you can't take out the money, just for that feeling, if you want to try it out, surely can. So I hope this video gave you a new perspective of the different understanding of finance, and If you like to learn more about this, catch me next Tuesday. We're going to do Instagram live, and we'll be talking about what's the most latest trending topic in the field of finance next week on Instagram. So I'm going to catch you there. Until then, slay best, and most importantly, invest wisely. God bless, and see you soon next week. Bye bye.